Welcome back everyone for another Evertail summoning video. So today we're summoning for the new EOssia character. So I'm summoning for her on my poison team because in my opinion I think she works a bit better on poison than she does on sleep team. So for her kit, she has swift counter, which is 75% damage. It's good because it's a quick TU, and then it gives her a counter that lasts 150 TU, which is a good amount of time, and it'll definitely help for her other skills for her combo and her Aeon Bane. So for the combo Reaper, it's an upgrade from her normal combo skill, which is you have to do some sort of attack before you do the combo, so you can't just keep spamming the combo. And it's an upgrade because it ignores damage reduction, which is great, on top of healing 50% of her max HP, but this is only when it's below 50%. But still, I think it's definitely a really good upgrade. And the thing about her is her stats are very min-maxed, where I think she might be the highest attacking unit right now. For base attack is very, very high, and her speed is also really high as well. And she actually kind of wants to be min-maxed for her HP because of her passives. She almost wants to be kind of in that line of just getting below 50%, and because of her combo Reaper and her Aeon Bane, it'll help renew and refresh that 50% threshold. So having low HP for her on top of the hold ground is actually really, really important for her kit. So her stats are very, very good. It's just that the multipliers are a bit iffy. For her other skill, the Aeon Bane, it's pretty much just like Earth Maisha's stealth attack, which hits 2 enemies and ignores stealth, which is huge, and counter, and just everything like passives, revenges, damage reduction, everything. It's pretty much a stealth skill, but you don't need to be stealthed. You can be stealth to use it, but you could also be in the counter state, which is where her swift counter comes in. And again, this is really good. There's no HP threshold, unlike the combo, and it will always heal that 50%. And it's just a stealth attack that hits 2 enemies, which is really big and it's really good, just because, yeah, like Earth Maisha was top tier for the longest time, partially because of the ability to stealth attack 2 units at once and ignore that stealth effect. And yeah, so her Sleeping Death MK2 is a crisis conditional skill, which puts 2 enemies to sleep for 300. And I think it's really interesting. It's definitely an upgrade and improvement where it can't be overwritten by poison, and that's just good overall. And it's also good because of her passive skill might override stuff usually because of poison. Like normally poison will override if enemy is sleeping, but this is a upgraded version. And she gives 6 spirit for this skill. I think I'm kind of curious as to what her AI was gonna do, since she's probably gonna swift counter first, and then after that I'm wondering if she'll automatically do a combo Reaper or if she'll go to the Aeon Bane. Because on one hand, Aeon Bane, it's better in the sense of it hits 2 units for like a stealth attack, and it ignores all the passive skins and all that stuff. But at the same time, combo Reaper is a little bit better in terms of TU because of it's just shorter TU, and because of her just how her kit works. You want her to be able to get a turn as soon as possible after she passes that 50% threshold and possibly all the way down to 1 because of her hold ground passive, which is again really good. So I'm kind of curious of which one she will do automatically if she does Swift Counter and has the counter state. If she'll do combo right after or the Aeon Bane. And as for her passives, the Plague Bearer Plus, whenever she goes below that 50% threshold, so whenever attack triggers like below 50%, then there's a 75% for all of the enemies that aren't sleeping or burning to get poisoned. I think this is really good and really nice because, again, a lot of the issue about like mixing poison and burn and sleep is overriding each other. And typically sleep's like highest, I don't know if they say priority, but like it's the highest, most significant out of the statuses that you can give an enemy, and you don't want to be overriding it with poison. Oh yeah, and then her sleeping death MK, it's also very good in the sense of it will put people to sleep even if they've slept before. Kind of like a Bunny Riz's ability to force sleep, which is again really, really powerful and could potentially make her good or usable on a sleep team, but in my opinion, I feel like poison's the better route for me personally. And then so 75% chance of getting poisoned, and if she survives to the end of the turn, which all that means to me is like the 75% chance trigger will happen if she dies, is what I got out of it. But she probably won't die because of her other passive. But yeah, so I wonder if she's poisoned, she gets almost one shot, goes to hold ground, if she will die or if she will get that stealth effect. Because typically if you go down to 1 for hold ground, if you're poisoned or burned, that will be that 1 extra damage to kill the unit. So a little curious if she counts as surviving, or if the burn status will kill her, or if the stealth will override that burn and she'll live. So yeah, I'm kind of curious how that works. And then if she survives, she'll get stealth and rage, which is awesome. And on top of that, she'll get 3 spirit. And then it can't trigger again until she recovers above 50% HP, which is what her the combo and the Aeon Bane skills are for, which is why having the lower TU might be better in certain scenarios, but majority of the time the stealth hitting twice and guarantee recovery is usually better. But in certain scenarios, the shorter TU could be better. And for the Plague Annihilator, 50% bonus attack if against units that are poisoned, which is part of the reason why I think she's probably going to be better on poison team. The 30% healing if a sleeping enemy gets a turn is nice for surviving. And again, she can grant sleep herself, but just because she doesn't really have any sleeping attacks and like nothing that like really utilizes the sleep in terms of like damage or like doing something to a sleeping enemy, I personally don't really like I wouldn't really put a heavily focused sleep team with her. And then the hold ground, which is again, hold ground's just really, really nice. Like it helps in a lot of scenarios and situations. And so part of the reason why it's summoning for her is because the passive, when she gets below 50%, getting that 3 spirit on top of that crisis, getting that 6 spirit, like that's a one-time thing for the 6 spirit. But I think she could potentially give a good amount of spirit to poison team, just because poison teams typically have spirit issues, just because a lot of them use a lot of spirit, and a lot of their normal basic attacks are only like +1. So I think she could, but it's probably not that reliable because it also requires her to be targeted. So I think she could potentially go on like later on after you used up all your guards. She doesn't really necessarily need a guard as much because she almost wants to be hit below the 50%, but she also wants to turn so that she can recover before she dies. So overall, I think in terms of similar characters, I'm thinking Dark Alice. Dark Alice definitely has, they have their pros and cons in terms of like they have their own strengths, and like kind of Dark Alice slash Earth Misha kind of combo-ish. But in terms of like where she's gonna rank, my guess would be somewhere around Dark Alice. Like she's gonna be a very good poison unit, but I don't think she's gonna be like a must have, but she is going to be very strong, and like just based off her stats, like one of the highest attacks. And typically you probably do want like 500-600% attack on one enemy, just because one enemy is typically better. But then for this is 300 spread against 2, so it's kind of 600% ish, but it's spread against 2, so it's like it's kind of give and take. Like it's not gonna do as much damage, but you're getting across 2 enemies, so there's that. So that's I guess my first thoughts about her. I am actually traveling right now, so I don't know how well the quality of the video is coming out, but hopefully we can get her. I'm just gonna summon for her, and hopefully we can get a copy for the poison team. So we're starting at 342k, and let's go. Okay, nothing yet. I might do a gameplay video without any audio. I don't know. It's I'm traveling right now, so there's schedule and stuff, and then flying later. Okay. Let's see. Is that the SR unit? Yeah, it was. Okay, still nothing yet. Okay, come on. Copy. No, that's not right. I think it's at 42. So... $100, I'll be happy. I'm totally fine if I get her in 100. There we go. Wow, that was a really long voice line. But we got it, guys. Sweet. That was what the what? Oh, it's probably the that's that one. Bro, this art, I definitely like. I prefer her first one over her second and third. just too much. Like a lot of times, too much. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So hopefully I'll be able to do a gameplay video depending on the schedule, and then might do a Should You Summon. But I think for the most part her kit looks pretty straightforward for the most part. I don't excuse me. I don't know if I'm gonna do a Should You Summon. I might just throw out a gameplay video after this though. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. That's gonna be it for this video. Subscribe if you can. Let me know what you think down in the comments below of her, and I will see you all the next video. Take care, everybody.